The PZ-1C, German Tier 3 light tank. Today we'll be looking at the fun you can have in this light tank by yourself and in a platoon, and also, is it possibly overpowered for its tier? Stay tuned and find out. So when I play the PZ-1C, I play it with the 40 round autoloader clip. I find it works extremely well, and dabbing the 2 key doesn't necessarily hurt your odds for being able to pen more shots and kill tanks with less than a clip. Now I'm platooning right now with Perrin, and we're both in PZ-1Cs together. We take on our first target. I have less than a full clip, so I can't kill this guy, so platoon mate finishes the job. Similar to the other video, you want to keep relocating. You don't necessarily want to stand in the same spot. We could have gone and fought those tanks over there, but that would have most likely resulted in us dying, as there were unspotted tanks hiding in the back. So we're going to come around this way, see if we can find another tank that is by themselves. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. So we found our next victim. Perrin goes in, starts clipping a little too far away, so not all his shells make contact, but good old Perrin goes for the ram. Always. I don't understand it. It's in his blood to just hit things as hard as he can. And then of course, to be a good platoon mate, I accidentally die, and we move on to the next battle. Now it's not always beneficial to just charge in after kills without getting a full idea of what's there. It turned out there were Lucius in the field shooting me, there was a tank behind me shooting me. I get him up on his nose, Perrin knocks him onto his side. So we had a good laugh. It was one of the things that you get to see when you're playing these tanks, is tipping stuff over. And I almost fully clipped this tank, but not quite. Another one popped up behind, and then Perrin dies shortly after. And so making sure you're picking out those stray tanks and not just big clobs of tanks in common areas that have lots of crossfire, you'll just end up dying quickly. Some of the wonderful things you get to do in a platoon is the views you get to see, as well as the tanks you get to kill. And so, in the PZ-1C, according to World of Tank replays, players have gotten as much as 11 kills. The only tanks to come close to that are the PZ-2J and the M2 Medium with 11 kills as well, or 10 kills. But the Roland UE-57 French tank destroyer has a record of 12, the highest for that tier. And so this replay is me doing about 40 battles in a row, doing my best to get as many kills as I can. And what I found worked the best is at the beginning of the game, blitz to the other end of the battlefield, get in close, and start wreaking havoc. And it especially works well on this map, as there are many places you can hide to reload. Since this is an autoloader, you need to do that quite often. And so on to the question, is this tank overpowered? Well, it can clip out any tier 3 tank from full health. It can quickly get to any part of the map faster than any other tank, and it also tends to bounce shots, kind of like an EBR. Sound familiar? Except this will kill a full health tank, whereas the EBR will only do so much damage. I think it is overpowered for its tier because for the number of replays with high kills, this tank has the most out of any other tank. And it's easy to play. Very easy to play. And not quite forgiving, but easy to play. And so during this battle and all the other battles I did, I would just go from spot to spot to spot, trying to pick out tanks that weren't necessarily being helped by anybody else. And the mere sheer speed of this tank does not allow other tankers appropriate time to respond. It's like trying to hit an EBR almost, because this tank gets upwards of 75 kilometers an hour, and it's so small. To be honest, I should have died here, but for some odd reason, either he didn't hit me or he was still reloading. Now we're just going to fast forward a little bit over here. And like I said, relocates very quickly across the map. So we are at 7 kills. And like I said, we're just going around finding people by themselves and doing what we can to actually get them out. To be honest, playing the PZ1C almost feels like you're in a first-person shooter with an assault rifle and you're just pulling the trigger and killing everything in sight. You like how that T-29 bounces this tank twice in a row? Talk about a baby mouse. Bounces everything. So 1 tank left. I'm thinking, oh, my buddy over there should be able to take care of it. Nope, leaves him on 6 health, and I'm on very low health as well, and I'm literally almost shaking here with how intense it is, because I'm at 10 kills. I'm like, okay, he's not coming. And there he is. Spray and pray. So in conclusion, I wouldn't say this tank is 100% overpowered, but it is one of the best tanks in that tier, depending on your play style. And I will also say that this is the most kills I've ever gotten in a game, personally. My previous record was 9 kills in the OI Experimental before they nerfed it. And so this was huge for me, personally. And I think whoever plays this tank in the future will definitely have a lot of fun with it. And even more fun if they get people to play with them. And so signing off, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and click the notification symbol, and I'll keep these videos coming.